My best friend's wife texted me, "I can't stop thinking about you, meet me tonight." I screenshot everything and showed my friend. Her reaction was brutal. Hello everyone. If you're subscribed, let's dive right into this story. This tale will absolutely infuriate you, but don't worry. Justice will be served in the end. Ready? Let's begin. Don't forget to hit that like button. I absolutely love reading your amazing comments. I'm Jake, 28 years old, and I work as a software developer in Austin. This story involves my best friend since college, Ryan, who's 29 and works as an architect, and his wife Michelle, who's 27 and works as a marketing manager. Ryan and I have been inseparable since our freshman year at UT. We pledged the same fraternity, were roommates for 3 years, and even got jobs in Austin after graduation so we could stay close. He's the kind of friend who's more like a brother. We've been through everything together. Ryan met Michelle during our senior year. She was studying communications and seemed perfect for him, smart, funny, and beautiful. I was genuinely happy when they started dating because Ryan had been through some rough breakups and Michelle seemed to bring out the best in him. They got married 2 years ago in a beautiful ceremony where I was Ryan's best man. I gave a speech about how perfect they were together and how lucky Ryan was to find someone who loved him so completely. Michelle and I had always gotten along well. She was friendly, included me in their couple activities, and never seemed jealous of my friendship with Ryan. She'd joked that she was gaining a brother when she married Ryan, and I appreciated that she understood how important our friendship was. But last month everything changed when Michelle sent me a text message that would destroy their marriage and test the limits of loyalty and friendship. It started about 6 weeks ago during a group dinner at a new restaurant downtown. Ryan, Michelle, myself, and a few other friends were celebrating Ryan's promotion at his architecture firm. We were all having a great time, drinking wine and catching up. Throughout the evening I noticed Michelle paying more attention to me than usual. She laughed extra hard at my jokes, kept asking about my dating life, and seemed to find excuses to touch my arm or shoulder during conversation. At first I thought I was imagining it. Michelle had always been friendly and touchy. Some people are just naturally affectionate. But as the night went on, her behavior became more obvious. When Ryan went to the bathroom, Michelle leaned closer to me and said, "You know, Jake, you've really matured since college. You're much more attractive now." I felt uncomfortable, but tried to laugh it off. "Thanks, I guess. The gym membership is finally paying off." "No, I'm serious," she continued, her hand resting on my forearm. "You've become quite the catch. Some lucky girl is going to snatch you up soon." When Ryan returned, Michelle immediately shifted back to normal behavior, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something had changed in how she looked at me. Over the next few weeks, Michelle's behavior became increasingly inappropriate. She started texting me more frequently, sometimes just funny memes or articles, but occasionally more personal messages. "Ryan's working late again. Wish I had someone to keep me company. Saw this and thought of you," followed by a photo of a craft beer I'd mentioned liking. "Do you ever think about what would have happened if we'd met first?" That last message was a huge red flag. I didn't respond to it, hoping she'd get the hint and back off. Instead, she seemed to take my silence as encouragement. During a barbecue at their house 2 weeks later, Michelle cornered me in their kitchen while Ryan was outside grilling. "You've been ignoring my messages," she said, standing uncomfortably close. "I've been busy with work," I replied, stepping back. "Jake, I need to tell you something. I think I have feelings for you." I was stunned. "Michelle, you're married to my best friend." "I know, and I love Ryan, but what I feel for you is different, more intense." "This conversation needs to stop right now," I said firmly. "I can't stop thinking about you," she continued, moving closer. "About what it would be like if we hit—" "Michelle, stop. You're Ryan's wife. This is completely inappropriate." At that moment, Ryan walked back inside looking for beer, and Michelle immediately busied herself with preparing side dishes, as if nothing had happened. I spent the rest of the barbecue feeling deeply uncomfortable and wondering if I should tell Ryan what had just occurred. But Michelle was acting completely normal around him, laughing at his jokes and being affectionate. I started to doubt whether the kitchen conversation had really been as inappropriate as it seemed. Last Tuesday evening, I was at home working on a freelance project when my phone buzzed with a text from Michelle. What I read made my blood run cold. "I can't stop thinking about you, Jake. I dream about you at night. I know this is crazy, but I can't help how I feel." Before I could even process that message, another one came through. "Ryan's going to his parents' house this weekend to help with their renovation. I'll be alone Saturday night. Meet me at our house around 8 p.m. We can finally talk about this properly." Then a third message. "I know you feel it too. The tension between us has been building for weeks. Saturday night could be our chance to explore what this is." I stared at my phone in disbelief. My best friend's wife was propositioning me, suggesting we meet while her husband was out of town to explore whatever she thought was happening between us. I immediately screenshot all 3 messages. My hands were actually shaking as I saved the evidence. This wasn't just inappropriate flirting anymore. This was Michelle actively trying to initiate an affair. I sat in my living room for about an hour, trying to decide what to do. Part of me wanted to text her back and tell her she was being completely inappropriate. Another part of me wanted to ignore the messages and hope she'd come to her senses. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized there was only one right thing to do. Ryan was my best friend, and he deserved to know what his wife was doing behind his back. I called Ryan and asked if he could come over to my apartment. I told him I needed to discuss something important but didn't give details over the phone. He arrived about 30 minutes later, looking concerned. "What's going on, man? You sounded serious on the phone." "Ryan, I need to show you something and it's going to be really difficult to see." I handed him my phone with the screenshots of Michelle's messages displayed. I watched his face change from confusion to shock to anger as he read through them. "What the fuck is this?" he said, his voice barely controlled. "Michelle sent these to me tonight. I screenshot them immediately and called you." Ryan read through the messages again, his jaw clenched. "She wants to meet you Saturday night while I'm at my parents'. That's what she's suggesting. Ryan, I want you to know that I've never encouraged this. I've tried to keep things normal, but her behavior has been escalating for weeks." "What do you mean escalating?" I told him about the dinner conversation, the increasingly personal texts, and the kitchen incident at their barbecue. Ryan listened in silence, his anger building with each detail. "How long has this been going on?" he asked. "The weird behavior started about 6 weeks ago. Tonight was the first time she was this explicit about wanting to meet up." Ryan was quiet for a long moment, staring at the phone screen. Finally, he looked up at me with an expression I'd never seen before. "Jake, I need to ask you something, and I need you to be completely honest with me." "Of course. Have you ever done anything to encourage this? Any flirting? Any inappropriate conversations? Anything that might have given her the wrong idea?" "No," I said firmly. "I've been nothing but appropriate with Michelle. I've tried to deflect when she's been inappropriate, but I didn't want to cause drama between you two." Ryan nodded slowly. "I believe you. You've been my best friend for almost 10 years, and you've never given me a reason not to trust you. What are you gonna do?" Ryan was quiet for another moment, then his expression changed to something almost calculating. "I want to catch her in the act," he said. "I want undeniable proof of what she's willing to do." Ryan's idea was simple but effective. He wanted me to respond to Michelle's messages and agree to meet her Saturday night. But instead of going alone, Ryan would be hiding in their house to witness whatever Michelle was planning to do. "I want to see how far she's willing to take this," Ryan said. "If I just confront her with the text messages, she'll probably deny everything or claim she was just confused. But if I can catch her actually trying to seduce you, there's no way she can talk her way out of it." I was hesitant about the plan. "Ryan, are you sure you want to see this? It's going to be painful. It'll be more painful to spend the rest of my marriage wondering if my wife is faithful. I need to know the truth." We spent the next hour working out the details. Ryan would tell Michelle he was going to his parents' house as planned, but instead of actually leaving town, he'd park his car a few blocks away and sneak back into the house through the back door. He'd hide in their bedroom upstairs, with his phone ready to record whatever happened. I would text Michelle back, agreeing to meet her Saturday night. When I arrived, Ryan wanted me to let Michelle make the first move and be explicit about what she wanted, so there would be no ambiguity about her intentions. "I want her to spell out exactly what she's proposing," Ryan said. "I want her to make it clear she's trying to cheat on me with my best friend." As uncomfortable as the plan made me, I agreed to help. Ryan deserved to know the truth about his wife, and if Michelle was willing to betray him, she needed to face the consequences. The next day, I sent Michelle a carefully worded response. "Saturday night works for me. I think we do need to talk about what's happening between us." Her reply came back within minutes. "I'm so glad you feel it too. I've been going crazy thinking about you. Saturday can't come soon enough." Over the next few days, Michelle sent several more messages, each more explicit than the last. "I keep thinking about what it will be like to finally be alone with you. I bought something special to wear for Saturday night. You're going to love it. I've never felt this way about anyone other than Ryan. What we have is special." I screenshot every message and shared them with Ryan. With each new text, I could see him getting angrier and more determined to expose Michelle's betrayal. Friday evening, Ryan called to confirm the plan was still on. I told Michelle I'm leaving for my parents' house first thing in the morning. She seemed excited about having the weekend to herself. "Are you sure you want to go through with this?" I asked one more time. "I'm sure. I need to know who I'm really married to." Saturday evening arrived, and I felt sick about what we were about to do. At 7:45 p.m., I parked outside their house and texted Ryan. "I'm here. Are you in position?" "Yes. I'm upstairs with the door cracked. I can hear everything. Go ahead." Michelle answered the door almost immediately, wearing a black dress I'd never seen before, clearly chosen for seduction. Her makeup was perfect, and she'd obviously spent hours preparing. "Jake," she said with a smile that made me feel nauseated, "I'm so glad you came." She'd set up the living room romantically. Candles, soft music, wine already opened. "You look amazing," she said, touching my arm. Michelle poured wine and raised her glass, to finally being honest about what we both want. I didn't drink. "Michelle, what exactly are you hoping will happen tonight?" She moved closer. "Jake, I think you know. I've been trying to tell you how I feel. And how do you feel about me? I'm attracted to you. More than attracted, I think I'm falling in love with you. What about Ryan?" Her expression flickered with guilt. "I love Ryan, but what I feel for you is different. More passionate, more real. Michelle, Ryan is my best friend, and he's your husband. I know this is complicated, but what we could have together is special." She placed her hand on my chest. "I've been thinking about this moment for weeks. I knew Ryan was upstairs listening, and I felt terrible for him, but he needed to hear this. Michelle, Are you saying you want to have an affair? I'm saying I want to be with you. Tonight. Right now. She tried to kiss me, but I stepped back. I can't do this. Why not? I know you want me to. Because Ryan is my best friend, and you're his wife. This is wrong. Michelle's expression changed from seductive to frustrated. Jake, Ryan doesn't have to know. This can be our secret. So you want to cheat on your husband with his best friend, and you want me to keep it secret. It's not cheating if it's real love, she said, apparently serious about this twisted logic. That's when we heard footsteps on the stairs. Ryan appeared at the bottom of the staircase, holding his phone and looking angrier than I'd ever seen him. Oh, it's not cheating if it's real love, he said, his voice dangerously quiet. That's interesting logic, Michelle. Michelle went completely white. Ryan, what are you're supposed to be at your parents'. I was, but then I got some very interesting information about what my wife was planning to do while I was gone. Michelle looked between Ryan and me, and I could see the moment she realized she'd been set up. You told him, she said to me, her voice accusing. Of course I told him. He's my best friend, and you were trying to destroy his marriage. Ryan, this isn't what it looks like, Michelle started, but Ryan cut her off. Really? Because it looks like my wife just told Jake that cheating on me wouldn't really be cheating if it's real love. Ryan held up his phone, and I have all of it recorded. Michelle's face crumpled, and she started crying. Ryan, please, I can explain. Explain what? That you're in love with my best friend? That you've been planning to cheat on me? I never meant for this to happen. I developed feelings. You didn't know what to do with them. Ryan's voice was getting louder. How about not texting my best friend about meeting you for sex? How about remembering that you're married? I'm sorry, Michelle sobbed. I love you, Ryan. I don't want to lose you. You should have thought about that before you tried to seduce Jake in our living room. I left that night knowing their marriage was over. Ryan called the next morning. He'd asked Michelle to move out and was filing for divorce. I can't get past this, he said. She was willing to destroy our friendship and ask you to lie to me for the rest of my life. Michelle tried reaching out to me for weeks, alternating between apologies and accusations. She claimed I had ruined her life and led her on. I blocked her after she texted that she'd leave Ryan if I gave her a chance. The divorce was swift and brutal. Ryan's lawyer used the text messages and recording to prove infidelity, giving him significant advantages. Michelle moved back with her parents after word spread through their professional network. Ryan kept the house, the assets, and his dignity. Have you ever had to choose between avoiding drama and protecting someone you care about? Share your story. Sometimes being a good friend means making difficult choices others might not understand. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-life stories about loyalty, betrayal, and putting the right relationships first.